Welcome to Hope Channel International. In this video, listen to the story of Marcelo and how God restored him through an addiction that was destroying him and his family.
I became sexually active very early in my life, during my teen years. Since I didn't talk about it with my parents, as parents sometimes have a hard time addressing this subject with their children, I ended up learning about sex in the world, and in the way the world deals with it. That is, in a very open and permissive way, where you can do everything and everything is valid. Due to this kind of behavior, I realized that I could not be faithful in any relationships I had. I just could not be faithful. And this kind of behavior led me away from the people I was with, including my wife. It led me away from her because I was trying to solve the problem on my own. This wrong lifestyle started to become a habit, developing into an addiction. Once you adopt this lifestyle, negative thoughts come with them, and over time, it starts to destroy your family. The fruits are not positive. They are not positive because although you find pleasure in them, they become repetitive, negative actions. And soon you move away from your spouse and begin to live isolated, alone.
I knew about his struggle from the first day we met, since we met at parties, through social media, and then, during one of the first encounters we had, I already realized the environment he was living in. Seeing the porn, DVDs, and other things that he had, I soon realized that he was greatly involved in this addiction.
Although I grew up in a Christian home, I never understood that it was sinful to live the way I was living. At the time, I heard that the lifestyle that I was living was wrong, but I did not fully understand it.
Our relationship reached a point that, in order for us to be intimate, we had to watch movies. Our marriage was based on porn movies. We were constantly looking for something new. That was the base for our intimacy. It seemed empty. It was never pleasing to both if there wasn't a visual stimulant to fill this empty intimacy.
The first contact I had with Hope Channel Brazil was through a DVD that was left at my house. At first, I rejected the DVD because I had an aversion to other churches and religions besides the one I knew. However, when I finally played that DVD, I watched it all and fell in love with it. Pastor Luis Gonçalves simply touched my heart that day. From that moment forward, I started falling in love with the Word of God. At that time, I did not know that Pastor Gonçalves was part of a television network, but once I found him on Hope Channel, I watched this channel day and night for 2 years straight. It was a moment of my life when I was working in my father's business, and my father was very sick, between life and death. I worked with Hope Channel playing in the background. While I was doing my work, the television was on. I was listening to the programs all day long. That's when I highlighted most of my Bible. I would set the alarm clock to watch the shows I liked. If I knew a certain show was playing that day, I would tune in. One day my wife and I wondered, if it wasn't for Hope Channel, what would have happened to us? I always say that Hope Channel embraced us more than anything. I am always watching Hope Channel. Even when I don't have access to a TV, I find the Hope Channel app and watch it on my phone. It soothes my soul.
The moment he faced this challenging stage of his father's illness, he began to study the Bible a lot and to constantly watch Hope Channel. That's all he talked about. His attitude changed. He became more affectionate, more dedicated, and more family-oriented. The man I dreamed of one day to be my husband, he became that man at the moment he met Christ.
Because I have God in my life, I am a new creature. a person who has strength to face every day's challenges. I would say to others, to the brothers who go through a similar trial, there's hope. Do not despair. There is hope. You need to be dedicated, sincere, and honest with yourself, because God sees it all.